Hello, amazing people of the internet. I'm Ray, and this is my very first video. I have always been obsessed with PSAs and PIFs because, well, I enjoy how creative and sometimes even freaky they are. I have been watching people like EA Sports Big, 899, Hello I'm a Pizza, Sapphire Blue Girl, Peachy, and Love the Piff, and even more than that since I was like 13. I'm 20 now, so that's saying something. I've dreamed of making a channel like this for a long time, so I've finally decided to do it. Now, I chose my first topic at random because, yeah, I just picked a random topic out of a hat, and it happened to be child abuse. It's a little dark, but I'm going to stick with it because I myself have been through abuse, and I feel like it is pretty fitting for my first video. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to show the ad, then I will give my opinion on it, and I will rate them by effectiveness level and scare factor. So I want to give kind of a trigger warning. I will try to find one or two lighthearted advertisements, but a lot of these are going to be heavy. So if you think it's going to be too dark for you, which honestly the topic itself is supposed to be, but if you think it's going to be too much, just go watch some cute animal videos or something. So let's get on with it. So we're starting off with a very cute and calm ad. When I first saw this, it made me really happy. It made me smile. NSPCC has some pretty dark ads, but this one is one of the more lighthearted ones. It shows what can be when caregivers slash parents use their hands to teach and inspire instead of hurt and abuse. It's bright, colorful, and gives a warm, fuzzy feeling when you watch it. For effectiveness scale, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And for scare factor, a 0 out of 10. Not scary, but still effective in the message it's trying to send.
Click, 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 click. Click, click, click.
She can't change things with a click. You can at bethefullstop.com.
This advert goes from being cutesy to dark real quick. Sadly, it shows how helpless most kids are in an abusive household. They can't change their living situations with a click, but as the advert states, other adults can help them get out of it. Don't get me wrong, it's tamed in the next two ads, but it's still disturbing nevertheless. And as somebody who's been through an abusive situation, I honestly can kind of relate to this. There are times where I wish I could have changed my situation with a click, but sadly, I couldn't. So, it definitely is effective in that way. On a scale of effectiveness, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. For scare factor, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It gets the message across, and it's a little bit creepy and definitely suspenseful at the end.
What's this? Hey, you had all day, have you? Hey, you been sitting all day watching telly? Who's touched my videos? I said, who's messed up my videos? Don't just sit there when I'm talking to you. Get out! Start bucking your ideas up, son. Hey, I'm telling you. Now, what the hell are you up to? Look at the state of this place. Hey, look at the state of it. Look at it. What did I tell you about running indoors? Hey, what did I tell you? Where are you? Here you are. What are you up to? I just asked you what you're up to. Do this! You dirty bastard! Get out! Get it, get going, you fucking run! Get out of here!
This is actually one of the first ever child abuse advertisements I ever watched, so it's kind of nostalgic for me. This advert was also banned in the UK for being too graphic. It's disturbing from the beginning, and for some odd reason, the whole cartoon and the real world concept has always thrown me off. Yeah, Space Jam was not my favorite movie growing up, but this brings it to the whole new level of disturbing. I mean, the twist that when we saw all that horrible abuse that was happening to the cartoon kid, it was actually happening to a real child, it sent shivers down your spine, or at least it did for me. And a laughing track did not help the situation. It actually made it 1,000% more creepy. And the ending shot of the child either unconscious or dead on the ground is saddening and really makes me want to teach that dad a lesson involving a baseball bat. On the effectiveness scale, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, and scare factor an 8 out of 10. It's definitely effective and scary. Also, a warning for the next one, you might want to turn down your volume a bit if you're wearing headphones. The beginning scared the hell out of me when I first watched it, and I was like 15 at the time, so yeah.
Shut up! I'm gonna smash your face against that cot if you don't shut your screaming noise!
Come and sit over here.
You're brainless, you're stupid, you're no child of mine!
Mummy, where are you? I don't like being on my own.
Not a word to anyone. This is going to be our little secret.
Sometimes we can't bear to look either, but cruelty to children can be stopped, and with your help, it can be stopped forever. Please support the NSPCC's new Full Stop campaign.
Okay, so this ad is scary mostly because of that beginning. I live with the baby under 5 months, and the noise that the baby made in the PSA made me legit almost break into tears. If anybody yelled at a baby like that when I'm around, the noise and pain would not be coming from the baby, that's for sure. The rest of the ad is disturbing as well. I mean, nobody wants to see anybody being hurt, unless you're a psychopath, especially a child. You can't see the abuse happening, which makes the advertisement even more scary, because you can hear what's going on, but you can't physically see it. Which is, in my opinion, even more terrifying than if they actually showed the abuse happening. For effectiveness, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and the same for the scare factor as well. It's definitely disturbing and a bit of a tearjerker in the beginning. all in all, it gets the point across. Okay, up to the next one.
What do you hear? Do you hear a little girl having an orgasm? If so, we'll do all we can to put you in jail. If not, please donate. Contact us at hanselandgretel.de. Hansel and Gretel Against Child Abuse.
I really don't know what to say for this one. It is really, really disturbing and fucked up. Like, what in God's fucking name were they thinking when they made this? Like, what the fuck? And how the fuck do they know what that sounds like? How the hell do they know what that sounds like? Like, I think y'all are the pedos here. But, like, what kind of message is this supposed to send other than make me feel like I'm gonna end up on an FBI watch list just for listening to it? I feel grossed out and disgusted and just ew. This advertisement is just ew. The only reason I even put it on here is because it's that fucking disturbing, and it is effective in the sense that it's supposed to say, if you're a pedophile, we're gonna put you in jail. And if you know what this sounds like, you're going to go to fucking jail. And I'm like, well, you just told us what it sounds like, so now when we hear a girl hysterically laughing, we're gonna think about that. And that's not good for anybody. And that's it. That's just it. It is a girl hysterically laughing. Okay? I'm not gonna see it in any other way because I'm not a pedophile. So I'm not gonna see it in any other way. I'm sorry. I'm not. So, for this ad, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10 for the scariness. But just, why? Why did they have to make this? It just makes no sense. Let's go on to the next one before I blow a gasket.
Hey there. Hey, it's okay, I got you. There you go, brilliant. You're so clever. I got you, it's okay. Oh no, did you fall? You poor thing. There you go, all better. I'm going to take such good care of you. Now, where are you going? What are you scared of? I told you, I've got you. Don't you even care about me? I care about you. I help you, don't I? Do as you're told. You're so stupid! There, now you've pushed your luck and look what you made me do. You're nothing without me. Can't stay angry at you. This can be our little secret. Mustn't tell anyone else. They'd be so angry with you. I'd never let anything happen to you. Now come here and we'll... What? No!
This PIF is interesting, and honestly, it's one of my favorites, I'm not gonna lie. It shows how a caring parent can quickly become an abuser. And I like the metaphor the mouse represents, and I like the fact that when the child finally speaks up against his abuser, he goes from a weak mouse to a brave, strong lion. But the way the child is crying at the end really makes me want to hug him. Also, let's not forget about the drawing and the artistic freaking graphics in this. I absolutely love that. I have to give it a 10 out of 10 for that alone. Also, I like the fact that they used a boy for this, because normally it's these PIFs that it's a little girl who's sexually abused, but the truth is that boys get groomed and sexually abused too. The sad thing is, most of these cases are overlooked because of a little thing I like to call toxic masculinity. Boys are apparently not supposed to tell when they're being abused because they're told to be a man. And on a side note, as a trans man, this is 1,000% worse for us because we're apparently not real men to some people, but that's beside the point. And also those statistics at the end of this are shocking as well. 28% is a lot of kids. For effectiveness, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10, and for scare factor, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, because to me it's not scary, but to others it might be, but it definitely is effective, and it gets its point across. Now, I gotta give a trigger warning for this next ad, because I'm not gonna lie, it's probably the most disturbing child abuse ad I have ever seen. It is just horrible and awful, so if you don't want to hear it, just don't watch it.
You look so nice. Hello, Daddy. Hi, Mom. Dad, come here. Daddy's little clothes. Please, Daddy, no. Quiet. Daddy's
If you don't stop him from raping her, who will? Find your strength.
I have seen a lot of PSAs. Like I said, I have been into these since I was 13. So, believe me when I tell you that this is up there with the most disturbing PSAs I have ever seen. Poor baby girl. She has to be, like, my little sister's age, which is even worse for me because, like, oh my god. I don't even know how they got that fucking audio, but I'm hoping to fucking god it was staged. I think it was staged. I don't know why they would even film that, but I just hope to god that's fucking staged. The fact that there are sick fucks like this out there that get off on the pain and abuse of these kids is beyond fucking messed up. I myself, I'm gonna kind of share something personal with you. I myself went through sexual abuse when I was a kid, and it went on for years. And my birth mom, by the way, when I talk about my mom, just a side note, when I talk about my mom, I'm talking about my stepmom. I am not talking about my birth mom. My birth mom, I will be referring to as my birth mom. Okay, side note over. My birth mom didn't believe me, and she still doesn't believe me about what happened. So it's even more fucked up on that note, but back to the PSA. The worst part of this, and the part that pisses me off more than anything, and I'm going to go on a bit of a rant about this, so please bear with me. The mother was just fucking listening to it. She should have gotten off her damn ass and saved her fucking daughter. Like, how in the fuck are you going to sit there while your daughter is being raped? That guy wouldn't be unrecognizable if I was there. Like, okay, I understand that there is a psychological thing. Like, there's fight, and then there's freeze. And I understand that she probably froze and she didn't know what to do. I understand that. But you should have screamed to the baby monitor. It was right there. You should have grabbed that iron that you were holding, ran upstairs, and burnt the fuck out of the guy. Like, seriously, it's fucking irritating. But, okay, ran over. For effectiveness, it's getting a 9 out of 10. For scare factor, it's getting a 10 out of 10. Because, fucking hell, that's just, most disturbing PSA. So, that was really heavy. So I feel like we should end this video with something a little lighthearted. So here's another one of the lighthearted PIFs from NSPCC.
This is Pantosaurus. He's going to help us with our song about pants. What's in your pants belongs only to you. Your pants cover up your private parts. Your private parts belong only to you. If someone asks to see, just tell them no. Pantosaurus likes to wear his pants. He wears them all day long. They cover up his private parts, and that's what makes him strong. If someone asks to see or tries to touch him underneath them, he tells them no, then tells someone he trusts and likes to speak to. What's in your pants belongs only to you. Your pants cover up your private parts. Your private parts belong only to you. If someone asks to see, just tell them no. If someone asks to see or tries to touch under your pants and says to keep it secret, then you must tell them no. Then go and find someone you trust and tell them straight away. They'll say, well done for speaking out and make everything okay. What's in your pants belongs only to you. Your pants cover up your private parts. Your private parts belong only to you. If someone asks to see, just tell them no. Sing along, everybody, it's your turn. What's in your pants belongs only to you. Your pants cover up your private parts. Your private parts belong only to you. If someone asks to see, just tell them no. If someone asks to see, just tell them no.
This is a very, 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 very catchy PIF, and I was dancing to it. I'm not going to lie to you. It's definitely a very big savior, a little beam of light in the darkness that we just experienced. So, I want to thank you guys all for watching. I'm going to try to do a video every single week. I'm going to try. That's a key word there, because I'm going to be working on my schooling and everything else. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this first ever video of mine, and I guess I'll see you guys next week.